What's happening, Nooch?
Oh, not too much, Fish. How was the bye week?
Bye week was good, but it looks like we got something else going on now. Uh, for one thing, I'd like to say took me a little trip to Louisiana. Got me a little purple haze. Got me some amber too, but feeling
I hate,
purple tonight. What's
yeah, I hate you with a passion.
the matter? You out of beer?
I'm not out of beer. I'm out of good beer. I'm back to this shit.
Yeesh. Ooh. Yeah, so we got the little news desk going on. We just decided to be like everybody else. Everybody's got the news desk. We got
Yeah.
Game Day Tigers News Network. Yeah,
Yes. Check out the
we got
logo
the
here.
little graph, the red and the blue. I don't know what all that's about.
Yeah, I don't know either. Everybody else has red and blue lines, so I got us some red and blue lines.
Just trying to keep up with the Joneses. I like it.
Exactly. This,
Hey,
this, just so everybody knows, this doesn't mean anything. We literally drew those with color pencils and slapped them up back there.
yeah,
So,
got a quick question for you.
okay.
Why do I get the Alabama helmet and you get the LSU helmet?
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've had the LSU helmet pretty much every game.
Well, maybe it's I haven't noticed because I really hate the Alabama helmet.
And I'll be 100% completely honest with you. Do you want to know why it's like that?
Because you can't find one that faces the other way?
I can find LSU helmets that face both ways. It's really hard to find most teams that face either or.
And
Every
it would
helmet,
just be impossible to sit you over here.
yeah, yeah, we can't change that up. No,
Yeah,
good just like this.
exactly. All
We're
right.
good. Yes.
Hey, you know what? I
What's
don't
up?
have to edit this bullshit anymore. You're in charge. I'm down with it. Let's go. All
So you
right,
like
so
how you like the studio? It's decent.
I love it. Nice little news desk we got going on here.
Look, we even got we're live.
Oh yeah, we are. Hey,
Yeah, we are live.
hey, while we're at the news desk, let's take a little weather break. We got a potential tropical event gonna happen, gonna
Yeah.
affect this game. We're gonna talk about the Texas A&M LSU game quickly, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to point that out while we're at the weather desk here,
Yeah.
or the news
Yeah.
desk.
Man, from what I can see, I don't think this is going to be any type of major event in any way, other than it might just not be pretty football weather is all. That
I
I
wish it would come further west, like way further west.
it's not going to come far enough west to
I don't
affect
know.
me one way or another.
I need some rain, man. Bad.
Yeah. So I water
So
grass now, so I don't need rain.
you see this? Got my felt hat on. It's November.
Yeah, man, we getting some nice weather out here too. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know if
not. It's 92 today.
oh man, I don't even know if we got into the 70s today. Last I looked, we was only at like 62 a couple of hours ago. We're probably
You
in the 50s.
practically live in Canada, dude.
No, I went to Canada during the bye week.
I saw that.
Difference, big difference,
Y'all
man.
Nooch climbed a mountain almost 10,000 foot.
It was still under nine, but yeah, 8,758 feet, which is the hardest hike I've ever done. I've done some like 13 footers in Colorado, but those you drive damn near to the top, and then it's a cute little paved walkway. No, this one was straight out the gate. I mean, yeah, the total mountain's 8,700 feet, but you start at like 5,000 feet. But
Tallest
yeah,
peak in Texas.
yes, it was. A little over, right around 3,000 foot total ascent, about 8.2 miles round trip. And
Whew.
Fish, I'm not 20 years old no more. I'm
You're
gonna just
too old for that shit.
and look, you say that, but one of the main reasons we finished it is the first 2 miles are brutal, brutal, hardest hike I've ever done in my life, bar none. And we were literally during our break sitting there questioning whether or not we made the right decision to do this. And old people, like actual old people, were on this trail. Young kids, teenage girls. It's like, yeah, there's no way we're not finishing it at this point. So we pushed through and we made it. And dude, it was worth it. Once you got up to the top and you look out, especially there because the mountain is on the very far eastern end of the range. So you're really looking out over just like small foothills and the plains and salt flats, and it was really awesome. I enjoyed it.
Gotta get over there. I've been thinking about ever since I moved to Texas, which is now a little over 8 years ago. I've found some places that I want to go to that are just you wouldn't believe are in Texas like that. You know, you didn't.
Yeah.
I know when you moved out here, you didn't think, "Oh, I'm going to go climb this beautiful mountain."
Yeah, and look, it's weird because it's different here than any other time I've gone into the mountains. They literally start from nothing. Like you don't gradually get to mountains. Like you're driving and then all of a sudden, bam, there's this 8,000 foot mountain that just comes up out of freaking nowhere. And it's really interesting. And from up there, you can see the salt flats because you're literally right next to each other. There's a salt flat and then 8,700 foot mountain side by side.
And I
It's
mean,
really,
I gotta do this before I get too old. I mean, I'm older than you. Not that I don't care about doing that. I've been on some mountains, and it was
yeah.
beautiful. I respect it, but I want to go on the Devil's River.
Okay, where's that one at?
That one starts somewhere around maybe no, not Comstock, north of there, maybe south of Rock Springs, and it goes to Del Rio,
Oh,
basically. It
nice.
forms Lake Amistad.
All right. Yeah, we don't have lakes out here. So
No, I'm aware. I've been out
yeah,
there. But yeah, it forms Lake Amistad, but unbelievable. I don't know if you've seen it, and I'll have to show this picture, but my island in my kitchen with the epoxy inlay.
yeah.
Basically, I took a picture off of Google Earth of a section of the Devil's River, and I told the guy, "This is what I want. I want you to make this on my island," and he did a pretty good job.
There you go.
I'll have to show that next time we get together. But anyway, let's talk about speaking of Texas.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, tell you what, if you give me 1 second, I'm going to share my screen here for a second.
okay.
If I remember how to do this, uh, let's see here. Here we
Oh yeah,
go. You see that?
yeah.
That is the view from the tallest peak in Texas, out looking kind of mostly southish. But as you can see, this mountain pops up and is well above
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It- it's amazing.
Mile and a half up.
Yes, yeah, it's up there,
That's
and it's a
nuts.
hell of a hike. So, all right,
Sorry, we've avoided it long enough.
yeah.
Let's talk about the LSU Texas A&M game. And I'm going to talk about the first half and I'll let you talk about the second half. How's that?
Why do I get the second half?
You got the better seat, so I get the better half.
All right.
Um, LSU pretty much thoroughly dominated the first half, except for one big play from Texas A&M. But LSU cruises into halftime. It's 17-7. And Connor Wigman, who we talked about in the past, people that we know thought he was going to be great. And I did hear that he was the number one pocket passer coming out in 2022. But that guy's never shown me anything, and he sucked against that LSU defense the other night.
It
And
was
then
terrible.
halftime happened, and
Yeah.
I'll let you take it from there.
Well, I mean, perfect example of a tale of two halves. We came out and gifted them the ball at the 8 yard line. Backup quarterback comes in, who we were woefully underprepared for. Only 8 yards on a rowdy stadium, flipped the game immediately, that quick.
Yeah, first play from that guy scored a touchdown, and
Um, and it was over from there. It really was. And in Brian Kelly's presser today, I don't know if you watched this press conference today, but he brought up something that I had mentioned in the past, and it's kind of one of our main flaws. And yeah, we are completely one dimensional because we haven't figured out how to successfully run the football. But he mentioned that Garrett Nussmeier literally feels like he has to win the game on every single play. And when he learns that it's okay to take a play for 0 yards or maybe a run and just get a couple instead of trying to force it, he'll be a much better quarterback, and I think we'll be a much better football team. And you could see it in the second half. He was trying to do too much on every single play, every single pass, instead of just taking what was there. And
some
it
of them
cost.
were awful. I mean, just
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, they were. The third one was possibly his worst throw, his first worst read, worst everything.
Oh, the
It
one to the running back that didn't make it.
yeah. It was reminiscent of Jordan Jefferson in that national championship
Yeah,
game.
kind of
It was,
was.
whereas the other two were bad passes, not necessarily terrible reads. It was the gamble that didn't need to be taken in those two spots. And he needs to get away from that gambling mindset.
Hmm.
But he's a gunslinger, so that's what you get. That's what you get when you have a gunslinger. And that, especially that first one, he throws that ball just a little bit harder, where it's maybe 2 or 3 yards out in front. That's probably a big gain for a touchdown, and we're not even having this discussion. But yeah, it was a gamble pass, and we lost the gamble.
I will say this, and this is not going to make any of us feel any better. But so that was the previous weekend. This is Monday night. We decided to do this on a Monday night because tomorrow night's gonna something's going on in the country. I don't know what it
With
is.
these colors or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, something's going on in the world tomorrow night. We decided let's do this Monday night, get it over with. So here we are. But the so that game happened the last weekend of October, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, then this past weekend we're on a bye, but Texas A&M is playing ball. And
yeah,
a couple of things that just really, really depressed me. Because I thought, okay, Texas A&M, they're really good at stopping the run because we couldn't run for shit.
no,
Nope, they're not. South Carolina ran all over them. Running back, quarterback, didn't matter. Whoever wanted to run the ball, was just run wide open. There they go, gone. And so the other thing that I thought is, man, this kid, this Marcel Reed, is he's Mike Vick.
mhm,
He's Mike Vick. I mean, we had them shut down with Connor Wegman, and this kid comes in, and we cannot stop him.
no,
Cannot.
not at
And
all.
I just kept screaming at the TV. I mean, he was good at the zone read.
Yeah,
He was good at it.
well,
Just hit him. Just hit him. And every time here comes 35, Savion Jones. I'm going to chase this running back. Boom, there goes Reed around the corner, touchdown. He
yeah,
scored 3 touchdowns on 3 possessions in
yeah,
the second half. Just boom, boom, boom. And South Carolina blew them out this past Saturday.
44-20.
I actually kind of figured they would. I didn't figure they'd blow them out. I figured they would beat them because uh,
Yeah,
there's a guy that's really wise beyond his between his ears, whatever, however that goes, that said that's what happens when you throw a parade for a midseason win.
yeah. You want to go ahead and give that guy credit? Who it
Yeah, it's
was?
that guy over there. That guy over there. Nooch said that. I was like, that's pretty good, buddy. That's pretty good. But yeah, that's what happens when you throw a victory parade for a midseason win, which Texas A&M is known to do. Anytime they beat LSU, the very rare time that they do beat LSU, oh, it's the biggest deal ever, and then
Yeah,
they get their ass kicked.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, their coach basically went on the TV circuits and took his chance to take shots at people, took shots at Tommy Moffitt, took shots at Brian Kelly. I mean, they did everything but go ahead and mint their freaking SEC championship rings. And it's like, dude, you still got some football left to play, and there's still some good teams left on the schedule. And man, sure as shit, now they just got beat by South Carolina, and now the race for the SEC is wide ass open again
Yep.
because now everybody's got one loss. It's going to really come down to numbers crunching at the end and tiebreakers.
That team has more than one loss. Just
Correct.
FYI.
I'm aware.
Just FYI. Nooch
Yeah.
was going to put the background from inside Tiger Stadium with the Death Star in the sky, and I told him, I said, I'm not giving them more respect than they've earned this year. Alabama's still a good team. Alabama's favored. Can you believe that?
Oh, well,
Favored.
I'm not shocked.
I'm not really shocked. I hope it's highly disrespectful to me. I mean, they lost to Vanderbilt, and then they lost to Tennessee. So they're 0 for Tennessee.
Yeah, and they're over Tennessee, and Vanderbilt is 2-0 against the state of Alabama now.
Yeah,
Alabama state champs this year.
yeah,
Congrats, Vandy.
gotta love it. Gotta
Yeah,
love it. I
absolutely.
like their coach.
I do. I love their quarterback.
Quarterback's awesome.
I'm really glad that that's the game I'm going to go to this year, just to get a chance to watch those cats play. But
Shit, we gotta
Vandy,
play him. I
Vandy,
forgot about that.
Vandy and South Carolina did us a huge favor because I don't think we officially control our own destiny, but now we're at a point in the season where with tiebreakers and everything else, if this thing ends up in a three-way tie at the end, we're pretty much in the driver's seat to have one of those two spots in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's barring crazy ass upsets like,
Yeah, who
state run
knows, dude? Who
or
knows?
something shit like
Let's think about this year real quick, and then we're gonna move on to this next game. But think about this real quick. Does this remind you somewhat of the old SEC where they just sit there and the SEC just beats everybody up, and at the end of the year, everybody's got a loss, and they're like, back before 2000, it wasn't in vogue for SEC teams to make a national championship game
no, really,
because
shit.
we always had a loss or
Yeah.
two. And I
This is
wonder
this
in
is-
retrospect, had we had some kind of system in place just to make believe, where say a 12-team playoff.
yeah.
Wonder how many more championships the SEC would have.
I would say at least a couple, because I mean, you just think of just years that we came close and didn't quite make it. I mean, hell, like '06, yeah, Florida won it, so it was an SEC team, but the end of the year, LSU was playing as well as anybody at the end of
Yeah,
that season.
nobody was beating LSU at the end of the year.
That's the year we kicked the living dog shit out of Notre Dame in the bowl. It
With
was,
Brady Quinn and Jeff Samardzijek or whatever, the Cubs
yeah,
pitcher.
yeah, that guy. And there's been quite a few years like that there would have been multiple teams in there in that mix, and just for whatever reason, the rest of the country didn't get that. And
Yeah,
now this is starting to look more and more like the '07 season where, man, you got some really good teams at the top, but they're not undefeated and they don't look dominant because, well, you're playing against other good teams
I'd
and
say the difference between this and say '07 is there are teams at the top that are undefeated. They're just not SEC teams.
right. I was just meaning in conference itself,
Yeah,
but
but
yeah,
I mean, take it out of conference. Look at this is more like to me the '90s though. But South Carolina, close game. They are mad about some calls that occurred. I thought every call was right in that game,
up so too.
but LSU beat South Carolina. LSU gets dominated in the second half. I mean, just ugly against Texas A&M. And then South Carolina just beats the dog shit out of Texas A&M. I mean, it's just back and forth and back and forth, up and down. And Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt, state champs of Alabama. I mean, come on.
I mean, look, yeah, Vandy, they beat Alabama, and look, they beat them. That game ended up with a close score, but they beat them. They took Missouri into overtime and lost.
Look at the
They
Texas
came
game.
within three of catching Texas.
Yeah.
They just pretty well handled Auburn. It was a close score, but that game wasn't really in doubt.
No, they had that game
Vanderbilt's
the whole time.
Vanderbilt's a quality ball club this year, and everybody, and that's one of those where name recognition is going to say a lot. So Vandy's not getting the love that they would if they weren't Vandy. I mean,
Right.
shit, they got a legit shot at still winning a couple more games. They got South Carolina this weekend, which South Carolina's coming off. That's their first ranked win in like 3 years. So South Carolina's riding that high now, and Vandy's going to get their chance to knock them down. And shit, they still got games against LSU and Tennessee left. Vanderbilt can make some noise.
LSU beats Ole Miss. We beat Arkansas pretty good, but Ole Miss just beat the dog shit out of Arkansas this past weekend. I mean, just 63 points they put on
Yeah.
them,
Hmm.
and we beat Ole Miss.
That's what I love
Go
about
figure.
college.
That's just the way the season is going, and so we get to play one of those teams that Vanderbilt whooped this next week
Yeah.
at night game in Tiger Stadium. Lane Kiffin's pissed about that. Why does LSU keep getting all these night games? Because we're freaking LSU, dude. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Who gives a
The
shit
hell do
about
you?
you don't ever hear anything about Saturday night in the fucking Grove.
No, 2:30 in the Grove. Shut up. Eat
Yeah,
your cold chicken.
yeah. Hey, here's a thought. You want a night game? Beat us next year. If not, shut the hell up.
Yeah, true. So LSU hosting Alabama. Kalen DeBoer. I guess that's his first trip into Tiger Stadium into Death Valley at night.
Yes. First
That's
one
going
ever.
to be fun.
Yeah, and
Alabama's still Alabama, though.
you mentioned the weather. Hopefully that weather holds off because I really, once again, we need the crowd. The crowd has to be there. It's because no, Alabama's not the Alabama of old, but it's still freaking Alabama. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still Alabama. It's we got to show up. We've got to figure out the run game, which Brian Kelly claims that they spent a lot of time during this off week trying to get that straightened out, figured out. He even mentioned specifically Nussmeier running more. I mean, and yeah, we need the crowd. Defense, hey, guess what? It's the same style offense that A&M just beat the hell out of us in the second half with. Same thing, same type. Slightly different style quarterback, but it's the same offense. And
Um,
we've got
Possibly
to be,
better,
yeah, probably
better
better.
version.
Yeah,
Certainly more experienced and polished.
yeah, Milroe can throw better than what Reed can.
Milrow can fly,
Reed,
dude.
he can.
I don't know
And
how fast Reed is because he ran right into the end zone every time. Bam, bam, bam.
but, yeah, yeah, we never got a chance to see him hit top speed because we
Yeah,
spotted the ball close and he scored.
yeah.
But still, Milroe's good. We know they've got that dynamic wide receiver who everybody knows, 17 years old. They've got good backs. They're solid on defense still. It's not your typical smash mouth Nick Saban defense, but that's a good defense. I forget the name of their safety. Yeah, probably the best safety in the league right now.
It's the Jimmies and the Joes. They haven't changed.
Yeah, and they still got the Jimmies right now. They plain and simple do.
Yeah, yeah. The players are there. Their talent across the board. Oh, and by the way, LSU's having a really good year in recruiting. We're getting close to December, but you know who's got the number one class?
Yeah, those guys.
Alabama. I mean, Alabama does. So same story, same song, different verse, just different composer.
And it's gonna be this way. It's not gonna change. Alabama's gonna stay Alabama. They may not be that dynasty with raking up 6 or 7 national championships, but they're gonna be a damn good football team every year going forward. I mean, DeBoer is obviously a good coach. He just took Washington in the national championship last year, so you know the guy can coach.
Right.
Plain, he's bringing in the talent, so that's still gonna be there. And this is it. This is life in the SEC. This is what we've come to expect. It's not going to change anytime soon. Saturday night, the crowd needs to show up. The team needs to show up. We've got to play our game.
There's a part of me that likes it, with everybody's got a loss. I like the fact that Auburn sucks.
I really wish we could play them this year. I
I
know
know.
it would hurt our strength of schedule, especially with breakers, but it doesn't feel right that we're into November. We haven't played Auburn. We're not going to play Auburn. We're not playing them next year.
Not playing.
It's just
Um, it's one of those weird years where we're playing South Carolina and Vanderbilt, but not Auburn.
or Mississippi State,
Oh my
who I don't
God.
give a
Yeah.
shit, but
Both of those would kill our strength of schedule.
yeah, they
But
would. So it worked out really well in our favor as far as that goes.
yes. Yeah,
But
because Mississippi State sucks bad.
yeah, they do. But I mean, it's the first time in my life that we haven't played Mississippi State. Like
Yeah.
literally,
I
we
guess
played them for years.
honestly, I would say I don't remember much of my
I,
childhood, the 30s and 40s. But yeah, I don't think I can remember. I know I can't remember a year we didn't play Mississippi State.
they're our most played opponent in our history. We've been playing them for well over 100 years, and there's very few years mixed in that we didn't play them. I mean,
I
we
can't remember a year that we didn't play Ole Miss either.
Yeah, they're I think they're next in line as far as our most commonly played opponents. That's so at least we still get them, which is
Yeah.
great. And I mean I enjoy the hell out of hating Florida, so at least we still get to play those cocksuckers. But I miss the Auburn game. I really wish we'd have the Auburn game this year.
Yeah, Auburn sucks. I agree.
Yeah.
Anyway, Well, so Alabama game coming up. Last week we were going to do a podcast from a kitchen.
We actually did 98% of one.
99. 99% of one, and my computer died. And I couldn't get it started back up. And I'm like, man, it's too late. We're done. I couldn't. I don't know what happened. It was plugged in, and it died like zero battery. Like
Yeah.
plugged in, charging, but it died. But with that said, let me do something real quick. I'm going to show you guys what I made in our kitchen. Here we go. Tell me when you can see it.
I don't see anything.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I know why. How about now?
Oh, there you go. That,
This is I call this Cajun fried rice. So basically, it's got shrimp and crab, and this one had crawfish in it. You see some crawfish right here.
yeah.
I picked up some crawfish in the fat, when I was over in Louisiana. And then, so this is what we ate with most of the people that ate with us. But the wife's got one cousin that don't eat seafood. So this is pork fried rice. I
All
made
right.
that. I made that in the kitchen. Well, actually, I made it on the Blackstone griddle. I just wanted to say I made it in the kitchen that you built for us that we didn't get to show everybody. But yeah, the sausage in here is green onion sausage from Billy's Boudin. Good sausage. I highly recommend that.
Rubbing it in.
What's that?
Rubbing it in. It's
That's
okay.
good stuff.
I'm going home in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think you've been home more times than I have this year. Shut
We'll see how that's relevant, but
up. Yeah, that's some good eating right there. Cajun fried rice. It's good stuff. What you been cooking? This is
let's
bye
see.
week talk, everybody.
Yeah, we talk. Well, I did a gumbo not that long ago, the weekend of the Arkansas game.
Too hot over here for that.
It's still a little warm for that here, but I mean, I like to eat, so and I like to cook. So did that. What else have we done? My wife did a excellent lasagna, like she always does. Very good. Very,
I didn't
very.
know she could cook.
Yeah, she
Don't
can.
you tell her I said that, dude.
Oh, she's gonna watch this, so yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah,
I
yes.
didn't know.
Really good lasagna. Tonight actually she did stuffed bell peppers, so that's what I just finished eating right before we came on.
We do stuff bell peppers quite a bit, actually. I like that.
Yeah. Uh, actually, I'll be honest with you, just with work schedule and everything else, we've been eating a whole lot of ham sandwiches,
Hey, I got
canned.
to interrupt you.
Okay.
I hope you can see this. I did not know this was happening. Come on, baby.
Let's see. It's just white.
All right, keep going. I'm gonna pull it up on my computer.
Okay. But yeah, we've been eating a lot of canned goods, good old hearty ravioli, spaghetti and meatballs type of stuff late at night because we just we just don't have the time. And then now the time changed, so it's dark as hell even when we get home.
Is that
Food
what
is
you call canned goods?
canned food. I guess well, goods is the wrong word, but
That's not canned goods. Hey, let me show you something. I did not know this was happening. This is really awesome. I'm loving this. I can't believe it. July, people. It's been since July. Look at that.
wow, nice.
I live. See how I can make this. How do you make this big? Oh, here. I live between those two lakes right there.
Okay.
Oop, there it went. Yeah, right between those two lakes. And I guess that's our cold front. I was jumping on there. Oh, look at that. Heavy rain and a thunderstorm starting in 16 minutes. Hallelujah. We need it so bad. But I was jumping on here to show you. That's today, right? 91.
Hmm.
Ooh, that's tomorrow. Nice. 51. That'll be our lowest temperature since probably February.
You
That's
want to know what
nice.
my temperature is right now?
Yeah,
At 48.
that's yeah, it's not like that here. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude, we're about to get rain. I'm excited. I'm
Oh,
excited.
I'm sorry. We're 52 right now. Let's see. It'll be 45 in the morning. We're looking like Friday we'll get down to 42 or so. And shit, by next week, they got a couple of days in the 30s next week.
That's hilarious.
You got 39, but it's in the 30s. So it's amazing how big of a difference it is when we're not actually that far apart on a map, but it's big enough. It's a significant difference because I'm way the hell up here north of
Yeah,
I-20.
you're at a much higher elevation than I am too.
Yeah.
Man, I'm excited about that. I think I'm gonna go sit outside and watch this come in because that's gonna be a lightning show. You ever do
Yeah.
that?
No, I never really just sat around watching a lightning
I
show, but
do. I love, but you grew up. I
well, I grew
did
up with them
too,
like
but
pretty much regular. But yeah, I'm looking forward. Saturday temperatures will probably be in the I don't know, probably low 50s, upper 40s here, and I have the big screen set up in my garage now. So it'll be dark before kickoff, which means my picture will be absolutely crystal clear, beautiful, and I will sit back and watch us play Alabama on a 6 foot tall TV. Can't wait.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the Alabama game. We needed a week off. I needed a week off to recuperate from that loss, to be honest with you. I felt like the team needed a week to find something that they're missing.
Yeah,
Defense didn't play well. Running game was non-existent, and Garrett's trying to do everything like Brian Kelly said, and we need to
yeah.
find something on both sides of the ball, really.
Special teams had their worst game of the year as well.
Oh my
So
God, we didn't even get into that. Missed multiple field goals. One of them hit the snap hit the holder in the shoulder, and like it wasn't even looking. Like what is going on, man? I mean, it's just a bad night.
Peyton Todd punted twice. Neither one of them were anything to brag about. They were both pretty atrocious. Neither one went 40 yards. I mean, we just kept just donating field position to them, basically, is what happened all
And
night long.
honestly, we can talk about Death Valley, and hey, there's no question about it. It's proven commodity. Nootch always talks about it. There's magic in that stadium, and if she shows up, but we're not alone in that. There's other
No,
teams. That stadium where we were playing Texas A&M holds 108,000 people.
yeah, you start getting up into those kinds of numbers, and it makes an absolute difference. And there's no way to practice for that. You just can't.
No.
I don't.
When that kid, Marcel Reed, when he scored that first touchdown, that place never stopped shaking after that.
Yeah, and you and I have been to games where it was the other way, where it was in Tiger Stadium, and that when you have that momentum changing play and the crowd really gets in it, it's like a double shot to the opponent. Is first you take the shot of the momentum swing, and then that crowd just comes and starts bearing on you, and it builds after every play after that. That starts it. It's like a snowball effect. It starts, man, it's tough to stop. It really is. I don't care how good of a team you are. It's hard. We've seen great teams melt down in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah. We needed something to change the momentum, and it just never happened. After they changed the momentum, we never did grab it again. And so we needed this week off. We need to come out against Alabama and make a good showing. I think we will. I have a feeling about this game that we're going to really play well, and hopefully, you know, not have a cardiac arrest kind of game like we've been known to have.
I wouldn't know how to act if we don't have games like that. We're going
Find
on.
out.
I know we're going on what 25 years of these. So
Let's have a game like Arkansas this year. That was nice and boring. And oh, we won by, man, we doubled them up. I didn't even know it. It was like ho hum. And I'm like, oh, we kind of beat the shit out of them.
I'm good.
Let's do
Hey,
that.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
great
let's
with it.
do that.
So
All right, everybody. Y'all go do your civic duty tomorrow if you haven't already done it.
Definitely.
Pray for the country either way. Come join us
There
at
you go.
GameDayTigers.com.
Yeah, we'll be there. Breaking down different tiebreaker scenarios for the SEC. In case you're curious of how some of this will work out math wise, I'm doing the dirty work for you because I'm a geek with numbers, so that's what I'm doing.
Yep. No, I appreciate it because yeah, I haven't. You said that earlier, about the scenarios. I'm like, I haven't even thought about it. So that's good. I'm glad you're doing the work for me. Y'all
Yeah,
come join us at GameDayTigers.com. Go Tigers.
go Tigers.